Hello and welcome to Veterans Memorial Field here. I'm Kevin Praik along with John Flaherty, and we're here to bring you Canton Varsity soccer action between the Canton Bulldogs and the Olive Ames Tigers, as that one's already going into the flying benches. And on this cloudy day here, the Bulldogs looking to get a win over the first place Olive Ames Tigers. The Tigers are tied with Foxborough for first place. They need to gather this win here to stay tied with the Warriors. Bulldogs are in third place, so it would behoove them to get a victory in this one as well. And back to the starting place as the teams are not playing with any restrictions. There is no mask requirements outside in any sporting events, and all the requirements that were in the last season have since been removed by the MIAA, the governing body of Massachusetts high school athletics, and right down to number 19 and back to 15 as the Tigers trying to pass this ball around, trying to make something happen, as Allison even, the senior captain, getting it down to her teammates. The Tigers in the white jerseys and the black pants, and the Bulldogs in the all-green attire with the white trim. Thank you for joining us here, as this broadcast is brought to you by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. And now with this throw-in, it was a header. Those are back in play now. And then trying to get it out from the corner there are the Bulldogs, and they're going to sneak it by, but it's going to be intercepted by number 10. And now the big kick, and that's going to be blocked right there. So the Bulldogs stopping it multiple times, and Elise Broderick getting some help from her defense in stopping that one, as they're tied 0-0. As just about 3 minutes into this contest. And Elise boots that one, so the captain sends it on its maiden voyage, and it will be picked off at midfield. And Gabby Herrera now trying to maneuver her way through. Herrera and Emma Cahill were the main strikers in Canton's 4-0 win against Attleboro on Wednesday. And now bounced off the face. She seems to be quite okay. And now going back off each other. The ball is going to be running down the tight line here, trying to maneuver it through. And the Bulldogs now sliding down to the side here, trying to push and gather their way through. Number 22, Gisela Beret. And now the team's going to be tossing this one in as the Tigers looking to score the first point in this contest. Bulldogs now taking it back. And now they are sitting in, trying to get it up the field, passing it back and forth to each other, and then boots it over across pitch. And off the shin. And Herrera trying to get it by, but is intercepted. There'll be a whistle that blows that play dead, as Captain Allison stole it before the whistle was blown, but it'll be Bulldog ball as they slowly march their way up the pitch. And that's a big old shot, and the Bulldogs are going to try and make something of it. But it'll be stolen by number 2, Lucinda Cotter. And Cotter passes it over to her teammate, and the Tigers are now making a run for it. Right, tiptoeing the sideline. And this will be picked up by number 6, Devin Spinelli. And up and over, and Herrera gets it and slickly hands it off. And now goes to Cahill. Cahill trying to do some fancy footwork to get around, and she gets around for the most part, but loses the ball in the contest. And after that infraction, it will move the ball to the 40-yard line on this multi-use field. And that's where the Tigers will take it from here. And then off the torso, and the Bulldogs are going to be taking this one. Off the header, they're hitting it all over the place here. And the two teams sliding back and forth and getting the best advantage they possibly can. And the Allison even passes it back to her goalie, and she's going to get that past Herrera. But they're going to be going back and forth here. And then the pass, I'm not sure if that was a pass or deflection, but it worked as both. And now they are scorching down the field. As Cameron O'Connor takes a tumble, and that will be a penalty. Now to the joy of Coach Idris Sinidro. And now lining up here for this determining kick. Cameron O'Connor lines up the crossover and hits this one far and wide, and it's going to go over off the crossbar, but not the one for this game. It'll hit the yellow crossbar for American football, as this is soccer, or other known to the rest of the world as football, as they're still scoreless here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. And that's one way to use your head, but that ball goes out of bounds. And this one be going back and forth, and it'll go into the Bulldog bench. And this drop kick will be racing down the field, trying to get down to that corner. And the Bulldogs playing defense here. And now sliding it, giving it to each other. Now Lucinda Carter now making a big play for it, and that one will go to the side. It's one of the metal poles in the soccer net behind the one used for this matchup. Captain Elise Broderick getting set to kick this one off. And that one will go off the head. It seems like number 19 there, Lauren Selmeyer, is proficient in using your head for thinking and for soccer. As the team's going back and forth now, Canton's number 19, Emily McCabe, now making it a big possession for her team as they're going down the sideline on the Oliver Ames side of things. And sneaking it up and by, as the Bulldogs now playing a 3-on-1 advantage, but that falls into the opponent there, and there'll be a penalty there, infraction on Spinelli. So now getting ready to kick it, Lauren Selmeyer. And it sends it all the way to the goalie. And it'll bounce over every goal possible. Is Mr. McDonald going to retrieve that one, the unofficial ball gatherer of Canton High School Sports? As it is just about 10 minutes into this contest, and they are still both tied at 0. The Canton Bulldogs and the Oliver Ames Tigers. The Tigers from Easton, about 10 miles from here. And now the throw in. And the Bulldogs volleying it off their heads, but it goes out of bounds. Now the two teams going here. The Bulldogs are 2-1 in the division, and the Tigers are 4-1 in the division. According to the standings, they are two of the top 3 teams in said division. These two teams met earlier this season when the Bulldogs lost in Easton 4-2 just about a month ago. Bulldogs passing it. And then the pass continues. Cahill now trying to get past two defenders as she continues to be double teamed. And now hands it off as the teams continue to do fierce competition with each other. As the ball will roll out there, and it looks like it will be property of the Tigers for this moment. As they will hand this one off, and O'Connor now passes it back. And this one will just get passed, and they'll get another shot. With this throw-in, and the uber aggressive teams continue to keep that up. O'Connor now trying to get it past a couple of Bulldogs. She doesn't. It is picked up by number 46, Emma Gavin. And Elise now getting this one, saving it for her team. And boots it away. And then off the head. No, it was from one head to another. These teams really know how to use their noggins, as that one will go out. Now inbounding the senior captain, Selmeyer. And down to Sarah Dempster, and Dempster has that one go out. And now the two teams jockey for position as that one rolls out and is going to roll onto the track. And the ref gets a new one, slides it over. Ref's in the yellow jersey today. Captain Nanelle Broderick in the red jerseys and black pants. Trying to confuse the team and then go side to side, and that one's going to go off to Christina Keefe. And it'll be a penalty on the visiting team. They'll be given possession to Devin Spinelli. Looks like we're having some of the first. I thought there was going to be a substitution, but these teams continue to, and that was a big old play there. Hustle has personified these first 15 minutes or so. And Gabby trying to get it down, but it'll be picked up by the goalie. And she looks to boot this one out of the way. As this one continues to go out. You know, the Bulldogs looking to toss this one in. The overhead toss goes straight over. Gabby trying to protect herself. That one's going to go over again. It seems like they are just, the balls, the soccer balls just continue to want to go out. It's like we had a volleyball match on Monday, and the volleyballs just kept leaving the auditorium. Just kept trying to leave the gym. It seems like these soccer balls have a conversation with them. And now the Bulldogs trying to ramp up the aggression and the offense to match the Tigers, as now Gavin is trying to get it down to her teammates crossing the field, and now the ball will end up back in her possession. And they say possession is 9/10 of the law, and the Tigers are definitely putting that to good use right now. And the Tigers passing, doing the quick passes, trying to get it down. Owe gets the ball stolen, and the Bulldogs get that one out. And Emma Cahill gets that one out somehow. I thought she got just in time as she sprinted down the side of the field. Coming in are a bunch of Tigers, 4 to be exact, 33, 2, 9, and 8. So that would be Jenna Gilman, number 33, Haley Kandar, number 9, number 8, Kyla Melton, and Lucinda Cotta, wearing the number 2. as it is still tied up 0-0, 0-0 in this varsity girls soccer action between the Canton Bulldogs and the Oliver Ames Tigers. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful day. The clouds are starting to clear up a little bit more here at Memorial Field. And the headers continue to go back and forth. It seems like they're using their heads more than their feet in this soccer matchup. And that one will roll out, and it will be retained by Sophia Byron. And Byron gets her shot blocked, and it gets met by a couple of Bulldogs. Now to Allison Even. Off, this one's going to go sky high. And now the Tigers going to have to deal with that one going out. As the tree's starting to change color here. There's some right behind the Bulldogs goal. There's some purple, there's some orange, there's some yellow. There's still some green and some shades in between as they get set to inbound this one coming in. Again, the Tigers in the white jerseys and the Bulldogs in the green jerseys. And now inbounded at mid-pitch. And now aggression, but the Bulldogs will pick it back up. And the intensity continues to rally up here. And Cahill trying to make a pass here. And it's going to be a collision. And it will go out. And number 17, Sophia Byron, now going to take this one out. Excuse me, it'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs, hitting right on the red flag. And now Emily McCabe getting set to take this one for her team and sends it sailing. This is great weather for it and trying to get it just by. And madness happening down by the goal, and then multiple chances for the Bulldogs, none of them going in. And the Tigers avoid the goal scored by their opponents in this one. 22 minutes remaining in this first half. And the Dogs, the slide tick, and that one's going to go just wide. And Emily Myers, the starting goalie for the Tigers, wearing the pink jersey, and Elise Broderick wearing the red. Elise being one of the senior captains for the Bulldogs. The other, we'll get to that in a second as the Bulldogs are threatening to score here. The other ones are Allie McCabe, number 17, and Gabby Herrera, number 25, who changed her number recently from 23 to 25. Bulldogs have a decent mix of all grades represented, 9 through 12 here. And here comes the corner kick, as that one will sail a little bit too high. And will have to come back down to earth. And now Myers getting it for her squad. And now going back up. Switching out the soccer balls, and this one's going to get tossed over as the teams are going to be going back and forth trying to get the best advantage possible. Now the substitutions are plenty coming in. 14, 18, 11, 19. All coming in for the Tigers. Number 14, Alexa Lane. Number 11, Katie Gibson. 18, Carly Gibson. And now both squads trying to match up with each other. As this half is half over. And the score remains the same. 0-0. Bulldogs and Tigers. Bulldogs trying to guard their turf, and the Tigers looking to take their throne. Number 13, Lauren Shakin looking to check in for the Bulldogs. And Elise sends this one into the head in a collision in midfield. Everybody seems to be okay. And the jousting battle continues. Over the stockpile. Oh, and there's a three-way collision. And the Bulldogs looking to gather a victory over the Oliver Ames Tigers. It would be the first one in 2 appearances. They lost to the Tigers in the Challenge Cup at the end of last season and about a month ago in Easton.
There you go. Let's go, Green. Come on.
And Herrera sends it over to Cahill, who does a spin move and is trying to get back to the ball here. And is going to continue to keep moving, but is stolen by number 17, Sophia Byron. And have to kind of call the Canton police here. There's so much stealing going on. And now number 14 breaking down, trying to get this one forward, Alexa Lane. Lane has that one go out, and it looks like the Bulldogs will be taking over. And Christina Keefe will be, it'll be the Tigers taking this one. And Lauren Selmeyer, number 19, will be taking it. Gabby Herrera getting a little bit of a break, a little bit of a respite, as one of her fellow teammates come in for her. And now the mass of humanity happening right around the 15 or so yard line. And then off the head again, it seems to be the Tigers looking to get ahead as there's a tie-up here at the Country Fair. But the Tigers will be taking it up, and Lane trying to make one and stop this one from going off to the side. No goal. 16:40 remaining in this first half. Continue to be knotted at 0-0 between the Canton Bulldogs and the Oliver Ames Tigers. There'll be a call in the field that many of the Bulldogs Bulldogs fans and coach Idris Sinidru do not seem to agree with, but that is the referee's decision. Both of them in the yellow jerseys and black pants, black shorts. And the corner kick here, and Faye Gallery looking to get this one out, but then that one's going to go a little bit too high. Just misses the goalpost behind the net. And this one will bounce towards Elise, that being the new soccer ball being introduced into this one. The Bulldogs have had 3 ties so far this season, and the Tigers have had 1. And Elise kicks this one over to Christina. And now trying to corral the ball. The Tigers now take advantage, and Owe now gets it lost, but then kicks it right back. And just going to get it to the goalie and get everything reset. And Lauren sends this one down the pitch, and Lane trying to once again get this one close enough to the goal. And Nanelle Broderick with the diving stop. Got to secure it. And she does just that. And this one goes down half the field. And down the pitch they go where they stop the Bulldogs. Hope it goes in the back of the Tigers' net. And OA and CHS continue to do battle here on the turf at Canton High School. As this one will go out. The Bulldogs will take it. And looked like Sarah Dempster trying to make a big play there, and Keith gets that one singing off to the side. Now Cahill gets her chance at it. And Keith kicks it out. Now number 17, Sophia Byron, gets her kick lost in the mail. And now the soccer ball is going to head the other way. And it's going to be caught between a Bulldog and 3 other Bulldogs. And that would be Oliver Ames' version of a rock and a hard place right here. Now Elise kicks this one. And that will be no header. I think it's the first header that number 19, Lauren Selmeyer, has missed so far today. And now Cahill, looking within striking distance, gets it over to one of her teammates. And it'll be blocked right there. And there is a tangled mess outside of the goal, and that ball comes up in the hands of Emily Myers, the OA goalie. OA looking to check in number 33, Jenna Gilman, and Lucinda Connor looking to find her way back into this matchup. And now going back and forth, the teams go, and this one's going to go past the net. It goes right at the fence there. Elise went and dove for it, but that one was just out of bounds anyway. But continue to do that effort as there's 12:30 left to go in the first half. Still tied in a nice little bow at 0-0. The Bulldogs and the Tigers get that one off the head of Lucinda Carter. And now the Bulldogs in a mad scramble trying to get this one and slide it by. And then off of Carter, and now trying to maneuver their way through are the Bulldogs. And Carter and Gilman into this one. And now that one's going to bounce off of the leg of Selmeyer. And now Keith getting in the replacement of the referee here. And looks to get this one in prime position to put up the first points of the game. And Gallery's going to have that one go out. So this throw in there off the head of Sophia Byron. And now Carter gets a march on it, and that's going to go right into the hands of Coach Idris Sinaja. Not only is he playing, he can't use his hands if he was playing. So double out there. And this will be a corner kick for the team in white, the Tigers. Signals, shifts it, sends it out, and that won't be in the back of the net. So with a score for the Tigers, putting them up 1-0 over their opponents here with 10:35 remaining in the first half. At least a little bit confused at what just happened. And now Gallery getting back to it. And then sneaking around all the way down, Emily McCabe eventually gets that one out. And now getting forth and going. Now playing on the tightrope, and that one will go out. And coming out of the game for the moment is number 3, Taylor DeVos. And that one will be out on the Bulldogs, and it'll be given to the Tigers. And the Tigers looking to add to their lead. And the encouragement coming from the Bulldog faithful to cheer on their Canton Bulldogs. And now Ali's getting ready to punch this one through. And there'll be a miss on the header, and it'll be picked up by Byron. And now Cotter getting taken down by Keefe. That ball stays in bounds. And Keefe will throw this one. Throw this one back into play. And now off the head and off what should be the shoulders of 1 and 2 of the members of the Oliver Ames Tigers. Oliver Ames, not a regional high school. Just happens to have the name Oliver Ames. And the team's going to be going back and forth here as the Bulldogs had it, lost it, and look to have it again. Now OA taking it down the side here. And then breezing down. As I'm sure the breeze feels good on the warm day here. Of course, when you're running around. 7:57 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs down by 1 goal to the Oliver Ames Tigers. Sneaking and doing the fancy footwork, and that one's going to be sent far and wide. Looks like Gallery got that one cleared. Now getting this one set up. And cleats it here on the turf as that one's going to go out. Looked like Gisela Barati, sporting 22 on the far side of the pitch. And now racing up the side there would be number 20 for the Tigers, Mary Cross. Yeah, Byron gets it to her teammate. Carter loses it in transition. And then back, and then Cross is going to have to get it back over. But down to McCabe, who gets it over to Faye. And the Bulldogs trying to use the effective passing to their advantage. As this one is just going back and forth, they might be playing ping pong or volleyball going on here. And a breakaway here for the Tigers. Looks like there's 3 on multiple Bulldogs. And senior captain Allie McCabe taking this one to the opposite side of the pitch for her team. And that'll be scooped up by Elise Broderick. And Broderick drop kicks it like Doug Flutie and is trying to figure out where it's going. Herrera, and Ava Gilmore looking to come into this one for the Bulldogs. And number 14, Alexa Lane, coming in for the Tigers. Han Hong and number 16, Emily Cahill, get that rest. And Faye Gallery also getting a rest along with Jenna Gilman for the opposing Tigers. Off the multiple defenders there, and the Dogs are going to be continuing to march forward. Everybody misses that one. Picked up by Byron. And Dogs now trying to get this as Keith. Now gets it going, and now the Dogs trying to maneuver their way through the forest of Tigers. Now Cross gets hers picked off by the Bulldogs. Cahill still in the game. Now Herrera. And there is a no call there, so they will continue to play here. Emily gets it over to Gabby. Gabby looking for a great play, but is surrounded by Tigers. Still gets the shot off. But no good, as she had Tigers covering her from all sides. Under 4 minutes left to go in this first half. Bulldogs down by a goal. Facing the OA Tigers from Easton, just 10 miles away from this very field. And Elise goes running for it, but realizes it's out of bounds, so she slows down. Now coming onto the field are number 33, Jenna Gilman, and number 46, Emma Gavin. Coming off would be number 14 for the Tigers, Alexa Lane. Along with the number 11, Katie Gibson, also getting a break. And that corner kick, and it'll be hit up in the air by Gallery. And now Herrera trying to Herrera, excuse me. No, looks like 11 coming back in. And 8 coming out for the Tigers. Kyla Melton coming off. And a good little juke move there. Stopped by the Bulldogs, and that will be just in the nick of time. And that one straight off of the most part of the foot where the toes attach. So did not get any toe on that ball, just straight up, and that worked out as the Bulldogs now trying to work it out here and trying to ace this test against one of the Hawks' best teams. And now going back and forth as the physicality starts to get underway, starts to get a little bit upped as the seconds are taken down in this first half. Bulldogs clear it. And it's going to go shot for shot here. And Cotter trying to get that one, but it is stopped. The goal attempt is stopped by Broderick. And now Broderick looks to one-hand kick this one. I think that's the farthest kick they've gone so far. And this one off the head of number 11, Katie Gibson. As the Tigers lead the Bulldogs 1-0 here in the first half. The Bulldogs looking to get that one out of their territory and into their oppositions. Ooh, big collision there after the ball is hit. It seems like everybody's okay. And now back to the action at hand as these two teams continue to go forth. And Byron sends this one to Scorcher. And it will be no good. It looked like it had gone in, and that was the cheering coming from the Easton bench, but it had just gone over far enough to be no goal. Bulldogs lining up. And 3-4. And Lauren sends this one deep down the field, and Cahill has a shot at it, 16, event 16. And Cahill, the Bulldog 16, is going to tow it out. Christina looking to get this one out fast. And gets it to Cahill. Cahill and Cotter will kick this one straight out. And trying to make sure the Bulldogs don't get a possession in terms of a goal. And this one will be kicked. And Dempster does not, Devin Spinelli does not have time to send that one into the net. Spinelli, who played on multiple varsity teams in her freshman year, continues to add this one to her resume. And at the end of the first half, the Bulldogs trail the Oliver Ames Tigers 1-0 here at the World War II Veterans Memorial Field in varsity girls soccer. Now here in the second half, as these two teams are going to be jockeying for position, coming out strong are the Tigers, looking to gather momentum as the Bulldogs steal that one. And Harivo gets this one down and will go towards the scorer's table. With the second half underway, I want to thank you for joining us here in this varsity soccer matchup, as this broadcast is brought to you by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. And that one will go out on Canton. So off the diving header, we've seen a lot of headers today, but no diving one. And going off the applause of the Oliver Ames bench, I'm going to say that one was in benefit of them. And this one kicks straight in and will go into Elise as the teams have switched sides. And the senior captain will kick this one to her other senior captain, captain of captain, and then down to Emily McCabe. And now trying to gather steam here. And the Bulldogs trying to put a stop to the Tigers, and that will be the cause there for Sarah Dempster. And now Elise. After that ball went out of bounds, the Bulldogs throw it back inbounds, but it's going off the heads of multiple people, as these teams are really playing heads-up soccer. Now, going towards the sideline, the Bulldogs now getting it down. And it seems to be stopped right around that corner. The ball seems to not be able to get out. As the clear right there, the Bulldogs going for the score, but that won't be kicked out by number 7, Ella McDonough of the Tigers. Now throwing it back in is Gisela Barati, and that one will go out. You can see the black pellets coming straight up as that ball bounced straight into the turf. And Barati is going to have possibly another throw-in attempt here after that one. Gets it to Gabby, who gets it over to Casella. I think that one was off the shoulder, and that one's going to go off the, it looked like the ear of some kind. It's off the ear-shoulder region. This will be picked up by Emily Myers. And Myers uses those baby blue cleats and kicks it straight into the air. And it will drop in between Emily McCabe and number 33, Jenna Gilman. And now McCabe. McCabe now trying to make a deep dive for it, and is going to make it I don't think she's gonna get the ball, but Coach Idris is very impressed with the effort. And Emma Cahill always giving 110% here. Actually, just giving all the effort possible. 110 is not possible. Now Gallery gets tied up, and it will go out. And this will be given to Emily Myers. And now the team's going to be going back and forth here as they're going to be sliding down and trying to get this one. And now coming number 7 going against Cahill in McDonough Cahill. And now going to number 11, Katie Gibson, as that one's going to slide out. It'll be given to number 22, Gisela. And off the head, this one almost off the foot. And then this time, number 6, Spinelli trying to get it over. Cahill gets it out of trouble, but it will go into the hands of Emily Myers. And now from the gloved hands to the cleated foot, and it's going to go right into the middle of the Canton logo at center pitch. And now, just a little too fast to spin right around. As the Bulldogs are trying to get something going here. And now Herrera takes it from mid and is going to get it towards the goalie, but it'll be picked up by Myers. And the number 1, returning from last year, Emily Myers, 15 of the 19 people on the Oliver Ames Tigers returning from their championship season just last year. 15 of 19. And now going off to the corner side there, is that one's going to go out. .30 left to go in the match. The Bulldogs down by a goal to the Oliver Ames Tigers. And kicked. And Cahill defends it, and it's going to go down to 22 for the Dogs, and Gisela is going to make a big play on that one. Now down to Lucinda Cotter, who's going to be highly contested there. And it looks like that one's going to go against the Bulldogs, but it doesn't seem like the head coach of the Tigers is all too happy about it. And now OA getting ready for this kick. And number 10, Cameron O'Connor. And it'll be stopped for the Bulldogs, and then that big block will send it just enough out of the way so that there will be no goal. And Nanelle Broderick, who is back after a season-ending knee injury last season, is back and ready to go and has been back in the goalies for her senior season. And now be trying to get it over the Tigers, as that one's going to go almost. I thought it was going to be good in terms of a field goal in American football, but no good there. So no goal, no field goal, no nothing. And the Tigers will have to wait for the Bulldogs to get this one off. Sarah Dempster putting the Jets on it. And this one off of the torso. And the shoulder-to-shoulder collision, everybody okay? And now the Tigers are going to be racing down the pitch as number 11, Katie Gibson, And the fight alongside the corner there. And the Tigers threatening on the Bulldogs' door once more. But the Bulldogs playing defense. Defense, defense. And now the rough and tumble game is this one will be kicked out. The Bulldogs trying to maintain their 1-0 deficit, at least to make sure it doesn't get any worse. But the Tigers want to make it a much bigger lead in their favor. Coach Idris Sinidra, in his first full season as the Bulldogs head coach, taking over for Katie Howland, who went back to being pro. Last year, Sinidra was in the shortened season, winning a division championship in his first go-around as the Bulldog HC. Now Emily McCabe staying with her. And then over to Harivo, and Harivo now trying to sling around, and then down to Cahill. Cannon's got a chance. Passing it down past through 3 people, and this one will be taken out. It's hard to get the ball. Oh, a big block just took the shot. Just turned around and right on the number. And Spinelli keeps on going. And now the Tigers continue to gather momentum. And the encouragement coming from head coach Sinidra. 28:52 remaining in this match. And off that header, and an audible coming from the crowd. And this will be a penalty kick coming up. Referees coming to confer with each other. And this one will be Bulldog ball. And it will now be in front of the goal as the Bulldogs now trying to looks like it was supposed to be a goal kick. And substitutions coming in for the Tigers, 18, 46, 14, and 9. Carly Gibson, Haley Kandar, Emma Galvin, all checking into this one. 19, 2, 8, and 4 checking out. Ella McDonald looked to might have joined as well, number 7. Or I might have just forgotten. And it was a big play there. And Broderick seems to be okay after that collision. And clapping coming from the Oliver Ames side of things. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. As Broderick really earning that starting position, having to do a lot of work with help from her teammates. And is a tangle up on aisle 2. As the Bulldogs continue to do it. The clock will be stopped at 26:31, and the Bulldogs are trailing the Oliver Ames Tigers 1-0 here. And at this contest, the Bulldogs in 3rd position in the standings for the Davenport division, and the Oliver Ames Tigers in the 1st position, tied with Foxborough. Everybody getting settled in here, and Gabby Herrera is also one of Hockenlock Sports girls soccer's players to watch this season. She was playing in the shadows, according to them, of the senior captains that were on the Bulldogs division championship team last season. And this is a big one for the Dogs, looking to defeat the Oliver Ames Tigers for the first time in 2 appearances. The loss to them earlier this season in Easton. And they lost them earlier in Easton 4-2, and then lost the Challenge Cup to them at late last season. So they are looking to gather a big point from their adversaries here. And Elise Broderick very upset at what is occurring. She is running over to the sideline, seems to be okay. And the refs getting everything set and ready to go here. Marissa Staffier coming in to be goalie here. She has a lot of experience, as she was the starting goalie all last season. And the teams now looks like Staffier is going to be coming in as the goalie. And the game is about to get back underway here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. And seems to be confusion coming across from everybody as they are sorting this one out. And it has been a wild one so far. There's been a lot of defensive battles, and the Bulldogs have had great defense throughout this matchup, only allowing 1 goal, and that's from like a real tie-up. And it took multiple Tigers to do it. A kick from one of the Tigers down to Mary Cross. Mary Cross scoring the first goal and the only goal thus far in this contest. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball over to the Tigers on the far side of the pitch. Staffier getting some instructions from the official and then going back into the net. Elise Broderick seems to be okay. And they are back in with that drop ball. And it will be no good on that shot. Again, Staffier does not have a lack of experience when it comes to goals. She was the starter all last season. Elise comes back out onto the pitch. And Marissa comes marching out. So back with Elise back in the goal, and Marissa Staffier getting high fives from everybody, making sure that one did not go in. So she did her job, and now back to your regularly scheduled programming. And down this pitch is going to be going back and forth here. And number 10 gets it over, and the Bulldogs now have 25-32 left in this match to score at least 1 goal to end this one in a tie, which would put the Tigers quite possibly in second, because Foxborough has won a 10th game, and the Tigers sit at 9-1-1. So after that drop ball, it's going to be tied up once more as this uber-aggressive game continues. And number 15, Allison Even, the captain, as more family members continue to come into World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Thank you to all the veterans who have served, not just in World War II, but in the history of the United States of America. Thank you for your service. And coming down the pitch, oh, it is picked up by the Bulldogs. Picked up that one, and it is going to be going the other way. Yeah, now the Dogs going to be trying to maneuver their way through. And bouncing back and forth. And Elise gets it with the catch. And she seems more energized now than she did before. And getting it off the foot, it's going to go back, but the Bulldogs, Han gets possession as that ball is going to go right around the edge. And it will be picked up by Allison Even. And now the Bulldogs scorching down the other side, trying to attach a rocket to their possible change in this lead. But Gabby thought Cahill was a lot closer than she was, but it doesn't matter because the Bulldogs still maintaining that possession. And it looks like number 46, Emily Gavin, had that one before it went out. And it looks like there are plenty of trio of substitutions looking to come into this match for the Tigers, which would be number 8, Kyla Melton, number 9, Haley Kandar, and number 19, Lauren Selmeyer. And now the team's going to be going on the Bulldog side before it is booted away. And now this one will be into the hands of Emily Myers. And now the OA goalie puts an arc on that one as it heads to midfield. And Han gets this one down, and it will be a foot race between Cahill and 4 of the Tigers. Cahill almost won that one, too. Fitting that there's a track around here as she is lightning fast. And now the Tigers are going to be trying to get this one past, and Broderick get the sliding save. And if it went past her, it had 2 Bulldogs right behind her. And sneaking it by them. Sneaking it by all the defenders. And number 3 will be checking in 10, 7, and 11 checking out. So that's Cameron O'Connor, Ella McDonough, and Katie Gibson punching out for now. And the Bulldogs trying to get past here as they have just over 21 minutes to at least get 1 goal. But the Tigers have 21 minutes to stop them. And now Dempster back to kick. And we've seen headers all day today, but Sophia Byron had that one. Instead of the ball going up, it went down. And now number 14 now handling it. Alexa Lane finds her teammate. And the coach of OA not too happy. Lucinda Carter and at number 33, Jenna Gilman looking to come in for the Tigers of Easton. And 14 and 13 looking to come in for the Bulldogs. That would be 14, Ava Gilmore, and 13, Lauren Shatkin. And now the team's going back and forth. Oh, 9 has it stolen. And the Bulldogs will get it. And Herrera has that one snuck out from under her. And now the Tigers had that one, had an open shot, but the ball went just out of bounds. And now with the Bulldogs getting this one, it just went out of bounds there, and it will be number 22, Gisela, who gets this one going. And now, Gabby looking to get past. And now trying to get forward here as the two teams are going to go back and forth. And Gisela and number 4, Ella Schwartz, continuing to battle all the way down to the end line. And this one is going to go out. Mr. McDonald was running all the way towards it, but it seemed like they hit the cameraman before it got to him. So he had stopped short. Off the head. And the team's going to be going back and forth here. And this one's going to go into the air and then over the head. And then off the leg. And back into the air once more as Herrera getting this one going, trying to get this thing moving on for her team. And now the big shot, but it is not sure if that, it did not go into the net. So no goal. The hands up, the ball is off. And once again, the ball hits to the ground. And I'm sure that the Olive Ames Tigers are glad that the headers are back into play here. And this one will continue to roll past. And Mary Cross will get this one into her area. And now getting it into the right spot here. It's going to go still in play. And it'll go into Idris Anidro, the head coach for Canton. 16:31 remaining in this contest. The Canton Bulldogs 0. The Olive Ames Tigers 1. Off the chest, and it will be going first. The collarbone, I should say. And this one is going to be sliding. Everybody making sure everybody's okay. Sportsmanship being shown. And now back to action. And this one off the back of the head. And it will roll out. And now Gisela. Back to throw in. And then off the head of number 3, Taylor DeVos. One of the 2 freshmen on the roster for the Olive Ames Tigers. And that one's sent on a journey. Is that one went far and wide, and it'll be kicked out by the Bulldogs. And Gisela got that one out of the air. And now caught in between the corner. And the Dogs stop it. Be picked up. And this one will go far into the side where the enclosed area is on the Memorial Field, as this broadcast is brought to you by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. And now picked up by Schwartz. Schwartz now making it past, trying to get past Grisella. Barati. And cheers erupting from the Oliver Ames Tigers. Coming in is number 11 for the Black and Orange. And so Schwartz comes out and 11 comes on. And the Tigers once again with a great opportunity to score, but not to be at that circumstance. And now Gisela getting in the right positioning. And this one's going to go into the trio of heads. Kicks it into her own teammate, but this one's going to go off her head. Cross now trying to get past.
All right, let's go. Come on.
And Cross misses the header, but then gets a second one, takes a dive. Uses the arms. And it will be a play for the Tigers. Off that stop there. Lauren Selmeyer kicks this one into the sea of humanity. People are going down ultra physical here at Memorial Field. And now Emily McCabe tried to get that one. Look to number 13, Lauren Shakin, but it was not to be. Bulldogs dealing with a 1-0 deficit. And Elise putting it all out there, making sure her team has the best chance of winning, as they're trying to get one goal to at least tie this contest, as they are down 1-0 to the Oliver Ames Tigers. And now coming in for the kick-in, this drop kick. Right in front of the tree, turning green, turning yellow, I should say, and that one will be, oh, so very close, but no can do on terms of a goal. No goal. Looking to come in is Faye Gallery, sporting the number 32. And Dempster, that one probably the highest height we've seen on a header, rivaled by that one. That one going off to the side. And now 10 taking it up the court, and this one will be going towards the side, 10-11. With 11 minutes remaining. And Gallery coming in. And it will be for Emily McKay. So Gisela now looking to inbound this one. Off the head of Katie Gibson. And that one will go into the bench. One of the Tigers sitting on the bench went and deflected the ball and waved their hand and said, I participated. I did something. And back and forth. This game is getting more aggressive. Didn't think it might be that possible. This one is going to go sailing towards the parking lot off the foot of Jenna Gilman. And it will be stopped by the fence. 10 minutes is all that remains in this contest. A much closer one than it was just a month ago when these two teams met previously. And that one, the official had a great chance of hitting it, but obviously he's not going to. And now, going back here, the Tigers have had most of the possession for this second half. Bulldogs have had few and far between in terms of chances at the goal. But Broderick has been doing a stellar job playing keep away. As that one misses again. And the release coming from the Tigers cheering section. Thought that one was going in, but it was not gonna happen. Coming off is Devin Spinelli. And now stolen by the Tigers. The queens of the jungle trying to be the queens of this turf. Last time they were on it, they scored and won the Challenge Cup in the playoff tournament there between them and Bulldogs. Bulldogs have certainly been holding their own against the Tigers here in this contest, meeting that aggression level, something the Bulldogs have been swell at in recent memory. And now going down, and that is a shot for Emily Myers. And Myers will pick it up. The goalie ready to boot it off. And that is probably the award for highest header of the day. And the Bulldogs not too happy with that call, but will continue to play on. And there it is, the hit. And it'll be a chase down right around the flag. And this one will be headed for the gloved hands of Elise Broderick. Number 7, Ella McDonough, looking to come in for the Tigers. And OA trying to match the Bulldogs right now. But they have the lead, so they have the advantage. As this one will go and be stopped by Myers. And Emily Myers sends it over to Gisela. And Herrera heads it out of the way. Always being double teamed. The Tigers have been stopping the scoring, the dual scoring threat of Cahill and Harivo by getting as many players on them as possible, making sure they can't maneuver around. And Ella McDonough coming in for number 3, Taylor DeVos. A short old punt, and it be going to Lucinda Carter. And Carter is going to be going back and trying to gather some momentum for her squad. And now going back here as the two teams are going to be going and trying to gather momentum and trying to gather speed here. And now picked up by 17 for the Bulldogs, senior captain Allie McCabe. Allie, one of the only member of the All-Stars left from last year's roster, and now number 10, number 10, Cameron O'Connor. But that shot is no good. And that one is going to go on a high arc. Had some hang time on that one. And now the teams are going to be rushing after it. Faye Gallery trying to compete with Sophia Byron. And the spin move there into the opponent, but the Bulldogs not having any of it. But still continue to be ultra aggressive. 5 minutes remaining in this matchup. 1-0. Oliver Ames leads the Bulldogs. This broadcast brought to you by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. And down the field it goes. And the Tigers now just need to play keep away for this one. But the Bulldogs are becoming more and more aggressive. And Christina Keefe challenges right there, and that one will be stopped. And now coming after him. Now Keefe running towards the sideline there, trying to gather some speed and momentum. As the final minutes tick off the clock here in a extremely physical contest between two of the top three. Two of the top three teams in the Davenport division. Looks like there is a timeout on the pitch. 3:41 remaining in this match. Everybody getting water, everybody gathering water, hydration. The teammates giving it to everybody, making sure they gather the essential fluids to keep them going. Interesting that the Bulldogs goalies have the big Canton C up on the upper part of the jerseys, distinguishing them from the members of their team. Canton getting a hydration break alongside their coach, who's giving them some instructions. And now, the Oliver Ames Tigers looking to pull off the victory to stay tied in first place. And the Bulldogs looking to stop that and gain closer to the second place position that Oliver Ames currently occupies. Because there is that tie in first place, the Bulldogs are automatically in third. And the teams are going to be going back out onto the pitch. 3:49 remaining in this matchup. And now everybody getting back into their positions, getting back and ready for some more action. And now the Bulldogs continuing to march forward. But a lot of Bulldogs versus a few Tigers. The Bulldogs are winning in this matchup, although the Tigers have the last laugh as they are leading in this match. The Bulldogs looking to change that here with just about 3 minutes remaining. And now getting back and forth here, doing some fancy footwork between everybody. And now we'll go out off of the Tigers. And everybody is going to be racing down the other side and trying to gather steam. Off of Lucinda Carter, no header there. And now into Emily McCabe. And now the fight continues on for that valuable soccer ball, trying to gather that momentum. And now number 11, Katie Gibson, throwing this one in. Tries to get it to number 10, Cameron O'Connor, but it looked like the Bulldogs tried to stop it there. Lauren Shatkin tried to pull off that stop. And that was a big kick out of bounds. from number 33, Jenna Gilman. As that one will go far and out of bounds. And now the Tigers getting in position. Number 11, Katie Gibson, was told to get in front of her coach, went in front of her, but then went in front of the wrong coach apparently, and went in front of her other coach as this one is ticking down. Everybody lining up for this throw-in. Lauren trying to make a big play there. That was a great effort there from number 19, Emily McCabe. Getting the leg under it, sweeping out the ball, but it went out of bounds. And now the teams will be racing down trying to get this one out. And it will go out of bounds off the leg of Ella McDonough with mere minutes remaining. As that one will go bouncing into the Seniors 2022 sign in the fence here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. And now continuing to do a three-way tango outside on the penalty corner there, right outside that red flag. And now everybody's screaming, trying to get this one going. And at the end of this one, the Olive Ames Tigers pull out the hard-fought, very ultra physical contest, and they pull out the victory against the Canton Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are absolute, just not happy. Elise Broderick, not very happy. She's ripping off the guards on her hands, and she is very unhappy with what just transpired. But the result remains the same as the Olive Ames Tigers celebrate with their victory over the Canton Bulldogs. It will remain tied in first place with their 10th win. So congratulations to the Olive Ames Tigers. They pick up the big victory. The one goal scored by Mary Cross, number 20, the senior. And it will be a good trip home, good trip back to Easton for the Tigers as they pick up the victory. The next opponent for the Tigers will be Sharon at home next Monday, 10/18 at 6 p.m. And Canton will travel to Stoughton to face the Black Knights this coming Monday on the same date, October 18th at 4:30 p.m. The Bulldogs fall to 4, 6, and 3, and the Tigers move up to 10, 1, and 1 overall. So again, the final score, the Canton Bulldogs 0 and the Olive Ames Tigers 1 in this varsity girls soccer matchup. And thank you very much for joining us here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Praik, joined by cameraman John Flaherty. And we thank you so much for joining us here, and take care of yourself.